one of the legends. I suppose it means you've been around long enough doing good things for many, I reckon, yeah. Which is, especially in the food space, is something, it's not even work really, it's just a passion. I just bring everyone along with me. Karen Martini, I'm a cook that is still learning to cook, essentially, and I'm sharing it with everyone else along the way, whether it's in my restaurant nowadays at Hero, or I'm consulting for others, or I'm writing a very large book at the moment that hopefully will inspire those to cook who haven't cooked, or really challenge those who already cook to spread their wings a little further. It's really important these days to understand hospitality can be a challenge, but if it's something that you love doing, you will always gravitate back to it. And if you're very good at it, you will succeed and you will be rewarded, because it is such a rewarding industry to be in. And it's ever changing. And yes, it has been extremely challenging over the last 18 months, but do we still love it? Yeah, we do. I don't know, it's probably a sickness. But it's the sense of giving and sharing and the conviviality of food and wine and coming together, and that just sharing, I think, yeah. I love the creativity involved, the artistry, not necessarily in plating up, but finishing a dish. It's all about flavour for me, and understanding, building the foundation of flavour into a dish, and then using that in so many different facets that I contribute to, be it the simplest flavours will come together in the pages of the newspaper or online for everyone to use, say in Good Food, or it might be a little bit more complicated in a book, and then it will be even more refined in a restaurant dish. But the same basic flavours is what you're building off. And teaching people to taste and understanding flavour is one of my biggest passions. I suppose the biggest impression I've had in a mentor sort of role was from Tansy Good, when I worked with her for 2.5 years, and Mark Vuitton, but more so Tansy because I was right beside her. Understanding the foundations of flavour and also technique, and the result of that, result of good technique. You also learned the hard way about bad technique. Her, I suppose, attitude and approach to food really made a big impression on me, and then I tootled off to Europe, and that was huge, just seeing the way the French and the Italians in particular went just shopping for that next meal, not bulk shopping. Everything was just about what they felt like, and the produce was superb, and things were presented so beautifully, and yeah, it was just a real eye-opener, I suppose. That was about 8 months travelling. Other mentors I've had, I suppose, there's been a lot of chefs I've admired along the way. There's a lot of books I've read, there's a lot of restaurants I've eaten in, and there's a lot of friends in the industry and cook conversation that is, I love. I think that they have all walked away with a true understanding of building flavours. A love of the larder section, that's for sure, of salads, and really raw ingredients in their best possible form, simply dressed, unconfused flavours. I hope I've given them, an insight into a clean Mediterranean palate that, it always strives for the best produce. Yeah. Wow. Is there another career that you are thinking of? Look, anything in this industry can take you anywhere. You can travel the world. It is really hard physically. It's physically draining because you are always not only physically draining. It can be, and like the emotional focus of this industry has come up in conversation just a little bit because it is challenging. It never used to be talked about, and it is not as you can't escape it. So you need to be able to talk about it and really ask yourself if it's for you, because don't square peg and round hole just don't work. Like it is challenging, and you will always be working when everyone else is celebrating, and there are late hours, and you need to pick and choose the time in your life that you get that experience in the industry, and then thrive, move forward. And then once, I would say that in this industry you can't learn everything in 6 months. It takes time, and you need to spend time refining and spend time in one spot, not treading water, but forging forward and learning the craft. You can't just tick it off on your resume anymore, because it doesn't work like that. How was that? That was a bit fierce, wasn't it? But it's true. It's like working places does not get you the experience. People who are running businesses in this industry are looking for the stayers, the thinkers, the people that persevere, yeah, and can roll with the punches and the challenges. That's who survives in this industry now, not only just passion. Back in the day, is the Legends Award thing, isn't it? But when there wasn't social media, we were not sitting there going, wow, didn't know you could make, milk skin, blah, blah, blah. Like, that had to be either passed down in a kitchen, or you've read about it somewhere and gone researching, or you've travelled. You couldn't just find out things as quickly as you can these days. And you wouldn't have been inspired with plating, or it came from within. Nowadays, it's very easy to quickly be inspired, but if you don't understand flavour, then there's a weak spot.